Coming up on Juice and Java, the hunt is on here in Cazenovia. How families are celebrating a century-old tradition.
And it's 55 degrees and sunny out in Syracuse. More to come on your 5-day forecast at the traffic cam.
Plus, we'll have the Public Relations Director of First-Year Players in studio to talk about their ongoing performance.
All that and more starts right now.
Student Government Election Association election results are official. Good morning, I'm Mayer-Costa.
And I'm Elizabeth Gottlieb. Thanks for starting your morning with us. Emily Castillo-Melian will serve as president, while Max Latchett will serve as vice president.
Additionally, Ryan Boucher will serve as its comptroller. And new this morning, Easter is tomorrow, and there are many hunts happening around the area.
Easter egg hunts are a century-old tradition with its origins in Germany.
Our Grace McCloskey is actually at an Easter egg hunt in Cazenovia right now, talking to attendees about their relation to the tradition.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, I'm here at Myers Creek Brewing Company, where, as you can see behind me, kids are just finishing up their annual Easter egg hunt. You can see the Easter bunny, but even though many of us have celebrated this tradition, not many of us know where it actually originated.
Long before plastic eggs and candy, the tradition of hiding eggs in the spring traces back centuries to early European customs rooted in the symbolism of rebirth and new beginnings. Historians point to German Lutheran settlers in the 1700s as the ones who brought the practice to America, a folk tradition centered around a mythical egg-laying hare called the Osterhase. By 1878, it had reached the White House when President Rutherford B. Hayes opened the South Lawn for what became the first official Easter egg roll.
Just seeing them have such a fun time. It's become a little bit of a tradition. You know, sometimes there's some like big prizes.
I want to try and find one of the golden eggs.
Today, the tradition lives on in backyards, parks, and yes, even breweries. What started as a centuries-old folk custom has become one of the most recognizable family rituals in the country.
Well, I hope she got her golden egg, and I hope all of you have a happy hunting. That's all for me here in Cazenovia with CitrusTV News. I'm Grace McCloskey.
Thank you, Grace. Looks beautiful out there. Well, if you're looking for some more ways to celebrate this weekend, here are some events to keep an eye out for. Both Blueprint 15 and the Syracuse Mets are hosting Easter egg hunts today and tomorrow.
Timber Banks and Craftsman Wood Grill and Tap House are hosting brunches Sunday morning. More information of each of these events can be found on their individual websites.
And back to campus, it's not Wednesday, but you should still be wearing pink. The World of Mean Girls is taking over Goldstein Auditorium.
First-year players, a campus theater group, will put on one final performance tonight. Our Grace Elford takes us beyond the halls of North Shore High.
For freshman Talia Lichterman, performing is an escape.
Being able to come to rehearsal and just like let off all the academic stuff I've been doing and literally just like perform and step into a character that's not myself.
When she joined FYP, she found a community of new students just like herself.
Katie specifically, I mean, she is moving to a new school, she doesn't know anyone, and that's kind of how everyone feels when they come to college, and so I think that was really fun to be able to relate to her feelings and relate to her wanting to just find somewhere that she does belong. And
FYP's production of Mean Girls takes over Goldstein Auditorium this weekend, but that wasn't their original plan. During their planning period, first-year players found out that their original production of Heathers was no longer feasible. However, the show they had to pivot to wasn't so different after all.
That was definitely a huge factor, being able to kind of take that same budget that we had for Heathers and how can we find a show that's essentially like in that same ballpark and like pivot to a new show that has very similar like set designs and costume prices that we could like work with.
Nerea Cubulin has been a part of FYP for 4 years. She says that despite being set 20 years after Heathers, the variety of characters in Mean Girls represents the diversity of first-year players.
Meeting so many different people from different pockets of campus is very similar to the different parts of Mean Girls is about, just seeing like so many different people in these different like cliques.
For Juice and Java, I'm Grace Elford.
Thank you, Grace. Well, back here in studio, we're taking another behind-the-scenes look at the FYP show.
Joining us now at the desk is PR Director Erica Watts. Erica, thank you so much for joining us here tonight.
Thank you for having me, guys. I'm so excited to talk about the show. It's going to be awesome.
Now, let's just start back. What exactly is your position within the org?
So I am the PR Director. I handle all the social media, our press releases, our communications with other orgs on campus, all of that stuff. But yeah, my freshman year I was in the cast, so.
Oh, very fun. Well, Erica, how much effort goes into putting on a show like this?
So much effort. First Year Players has over 100 members, including our cast, crew, and pit of first years. But we have a staff of over 90 people. And yeah, every student works so hard to put on this production. We have so many teams that really come together to make this all happen, and it's great to see.
Now, with around 90 people working on this whole production, when exactly does it start?
So we start planning over the summer. So we choose our show, we have deliberations on what we should pick. All of that happens over the summer, and then the fall semester we're planning for the show, and then the spring semester we have people audition, and then we actually start rehearsing the show, and obviously we have the show. That's the best part of the year. But yeah, it's really a whole year effort.
Yeah, I mean, right now you're in the midst of the performances,
Yes.
but how has this week looked like?
This week, it's a lot, but I love it. Like, we're in Goldstein Auditorium all week for so many hours. There's rehearsals happening, but there's so many people behind the scenes, like finishing up costumes, making props. It's great to see the staff and cast and crew and pit all come together this whole week. It's been awesome to see.
Now, for this week, how have the first few shows come along so far?
The first few shows have been great. Thursday was our opening night. It went so well. Yesterday went even better, and I'm hoping tonight follows the same pattern. It's going to be the best show yet, and yeah, I'm so excited.
Well, looking ahead, what is next for FYP? How can you get connected?
So in the fall, we have first year staffer positions available. So sophomores, juniors, and seniors on campus can apply to be on the staff of FYP if you want to be involved in the behind the scenes actions. And then the following spring is when first years can audition to be in the cast, crew, or pit.
Well, thank you so much, Erica, for joining us. But staying with theater, Syracuse University students are leading theater and design workshops for local kids. The program includes lessons on media and culminates on April 25th with a live public performance. University students are developing professional skills as instructors.
Young kids are practicing stage presence and artistic presentation. The program provides experience for the next generation of theater educators and supports community connections. And now there's been a lot going on with the weather, Lizzie. Honestly, going out to see these shows isn't too easy when you can't predict what it's going to be.
No, you certainly can't. But our Colleen Nakhooda definitely knows what's going on with the weather. Colleen?
Good morning, you guys. Yeah, the weather has been so unpredictable lately. You guys are totally right. But as you can see right now, the sun is out. It is shining. I am so happy to see that we are going to be in the high 60s today. That's a record breaking in the last 2 weeks compared to the snow and the craziness that we have had in forever. If you're looking to go outside today, I'm seeing people walking around, driving with their windows down. I would say maybe throw on a light layer, maybe a small jacket, but nothing crazy, and I think that'll get you through the rest of the day. And looking around the region, we're in the same kind of low 50s to high 60s throughout the day. There is a chance of rain at 3 p.m. this afternoon, so maybe just pay attention to that. But everyone, let's manifest a little bit that we're not going to get any rain and we can just keep this sun for the rest of the day. And I would say that I'm just extremely grateful to be seeing everyone with smiles on their faces, walking around campus, hanging out on the quad, and I hope that that sticks for the rest of the week, and I'll have more for your 5-day forecast coming later in the show. Have a great rest of the day. Back to you guys in studio.
Colleen looks fantastic with those blue skies. I'm loving it. And somewhere else with blue skies, a space in downtown Syracuse is helping local entrepreneurs get their start.
Our Maddie Ritter spoke to one business owner who's reaping the benefits of the Inspire Innovation Hub.
The Inspire Innovation Hub in downtown Syracuse is a place for businesses to flourish and grow. But it wasn't always that way. This place actually started out as a garage. And after a multi-million-dollar renovation, this is the building that now stands.
Well, this is the Inspire Innovation Hub. It used to be known as the Tech Garden. It was actually established in 2004 after it originally was set up as a garage that unfortunately collapsed.
The only remains of the collapsed garage are these two pillars. The rest of the 90,000 square foot building took $32 million in renovations to rebuild. Today, it serves as a space for up-and-coming businesses to get their start.
But we also have amazing programs that are established for small businesses, entrepreneurship, and different guides to help those who are wanting to give more to what can be available throughout Syracuse, New York.
And they're doing exactly that. I spoke with Mike Lisi, founder of Maltech Solutions, about why he decided to move his office into the Inspire building after 5 years of operating from his basement.
Well, here's the thing. When you're trying to project yourself as a legitimate business, it becomes difficult when you just say that I'm working out of my house. So I wanted to find an opportunity where we could have an actual location to, just ensure that people, when they're hiring us, they're hiring a legitimate company, that we're trustworthy and that we're there to get that job done.
And Mike's job is pretty cool. He sometimes refers to himself as a hacker for hire, working in collaborative cybersecurity. In downtown Syracuse, Maddie Ritter, Juice and Java.
Thank you, Maddie. If you're heading downtown to check that out, you're in luck.
Our Colleen Nakhooda will be in studio to break down all the traffic. Stay with us.
I see you mobbing over her. Let's go. Let's mob. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, we mobbing. Come on, girl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl.
Dad?
Just 1 minute, okay?
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Welcome back into Juice and Java. The Rosamond Gifford Zoo is hosting an Easter brunch. There will be an Easter Sunday breakfast and a chance to win a photo with the Easter Bunny.
Tickets are $50 for adults and $32 for kids that are not members. Zoo members can get $44 adult tickets and $26 kids tickets. The tickets can be bought at the zoo's website, and brunches are at 9 a.m., 11 a.m., and 1 p.m.
Now, Lizzie, this is a tradition for some people too in the area, I'm sure. What are some of your favorite Easter traditions?
Oh, my favorite has got to be dyeing the eggs. I think it's so fun to see all the colors and just be able to eat it afterwards because they're hard-boiled eggs. See that hard
Well, you
work.
would hope they're hard-boiled.
Yes.
My favorite prank is I always put at least one uncooked egg in the batch, so, you know, an unsuspecting grandparent cracks it, and it's like,
that's a little evil.
Hey, listen, it's got to be a little mischievous. It's a holiday. You have to have fun with it.
Absolutely.
Exactly. And the Covey Theater's Company's production of the 25th Annual Putnam County Spelling Bee is ending its run today, as well as Mean Girls. The musical is about 6 kids competing in a spelling bee, telling stories about their home lives while spelling their way through some made-up words.
The kids hope to never hear the ding of a bell signifying a spelling mistake. The show plays today at 2 p.m. at the Everson Museum of Art. Tickets can be purchased on the Covey Theater Company website starting at $35.
Lizzie, this is too high pressure for me, but you want to know who didn't crumble under this pressure? Our reporter Isabella Galan. Isabella Galan was one of the final guests on that spelling bee competition. Just look at her. Listen, that champ, I'm really impressed.
Look, that is such a fun production, and the fact that they get people in the audience involved is a really special moment for sure.
Exactly, 100%. And it's just a great way to bring the theater community together. I think it's just so wonderful, especially with so many shows this week.
Absolutely, but we'll have to take a look and see if there's any traffic on the way to the Everson Art Museum, and when we come back, we'll have a look at that traffic.
Stay with us.
So today we are taking a look at I-81 north of exit 27 on the traffic flowing closest to the camera in the Onondaga Central, Syracuse, Utica area. Well, the roads are looking a little bit busy today. We can expect that as many people are commuting to and from festivities at friends and families for the celebration of Easter and Passover this weekend. As of right now, there are no reports of stop-and-go traffic or accidents on I-90, which will keep things moving swiftly if you are a regular commuter. And if you're a regular commuter, I'm sure this update will not be new news, but if you're visiting the Syracuse area, pay attention to that continued road construction with the highway reduced to 1 lane on West Bear Street between Pulaski Street and Solar Street. That's all I have for you this morning. Cora and Elizabeth, back to you guys.
Thank you, Colleen. And maybe some news for last-minute shoppers, too, going out tomorrow because Easter is tomorrow. And along with prices, the spending's going up.
Yes, well, here is entertainment correspondent Kate Galante to tell us more. Kate?
Thanks, Cora and Lizzie. So yeah, Easter in 2026 still brings the classics, family gatherings, chocolate eggs, and that welcoming burst of spring. But the vibe feels a little more playful and updated. People aren't ditching traditions, they're putting their own spin on them. This year, celebrations are leaning more toward what feels fun and personal, whether that's a cozy movie night, a beautifully styled brunch, or something designed just for sharing online. Entertainment and lifestyle trends are mixing right in with the usual holiday staples, making Easter feel a bit more creative, flexible, and tailored to how people actually like to celebrate today. And that shift is showing up in how people are spending. Overall, Easter spending is at record highs this year, and according to the National Retail Federation, Americans are expected to spend a record $24.9 billion on Easter in 2026, surpassing 2023's record of $24 billion, with an average spending of roughly $196 per person. Despite higher candy prices, up roughly 11%, 92% of consumers plan to buy treats, while 90% are buying food for holiday meals to maintain those traditions. But shoppers are being more intentional. Instead of filling big baskets with lots of small items, many are choosing fewer, more premium treats. Think high-end chocolates, curated gift sets, or even non-traditional picks that feel a little more personal. It's less about quantity and more about quality, with people looking for things that feel special or worth sharing. A lot of Easter traditions have experienced modern twists. Take your classic egg hunt, for example. Children can participate in digital hunts by searching for eggs hidden in virtual backgrounds and photos sent via group chats, or by using GPS apps for geocaching hunts. There's one thing that remains consistent, however, in the holiday every year, and that is the candy. Despite those rising candy prices, candies such as Peeps, chocolate bunnies, Cadbury eggs, and Reese's eggs are more popular than ever. I actually polled our Juice and Java team to see which of these was their favorite. Let's see the results. And yep, Reese's eggs take the cake, no surprise there, and the classic Cadbury egg is a close second. Chocolate bunnies are a classic, but they actually fell short in the poll, which is surprising. But no matter how you celebrate, big or small, digital or in person, the heart of Easter stays the same. It's about connection, a little indulgence, and making moments that feel worth holding on to. So guys, I have to ask you, do you agree with the results of this poll?
I'm a little shocked that Peeps only had 11% of us liking
I too am a Peep fan. For every holiday, I like the Peep Ghost, but honestly, when I was a kid, that's the first thing I would look for in my basket from the Easter Bunny. I can't lie.
Nothing better at Easter than a yellow chick.
Peep. I mean, to each their own. I don't agree. I voted Reese's the winner in this but listen.
That's also what I voted for. I voted my own poll, yes. But Reese's eggs, I think, are the best shape of Reese's we were talking about. They have the most peanut butter, so obviously I had to vote for them.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Well, thank you so much, Kate. And when we come back, it's no longer March, but there's still madness.
Our Josh Solomon is in studio to break down all things sports.
Every time I hear the alarm bell go off in school, I think it's an air raid. A lot of houses in our neighborhood have been destroyed. I like to close my ears and sing songs whenever the bombs come close. I'm worried our new neighbors won't like us. But I know it's all gonna be worth it. I just want my family to be safe. But these are not my words. These are not my words. These are not my words.
Rolling.
Sound is speeding.
Can you slow that down, please? This is 28-1.
28-1.
Hello everyone and welcome back inside our CitrusTV studios for sports. On Juice and Java, I'm Josh Solomon. We start on the turf as a heavy-seeded battle is in store between number 3 Syracuse men's lacrosse and number 2 North Carolina this afternoon. SU has won 2 of the last 3 matchups against UNC, but today's game might be more historic than just another one. Now you look on the Syracuse side of your screen, that's Joey Spallina, the attackman for the Orange, who could be making history today. The senior is just 7 points away from breaking the career points record in program history. Spallina has already gotten 7 points or more in a game this season 4 times. The magic number, it's 307. That was set by SU great Mikey Powell back in his Orange career in the early 2000s. By the way, that record has been held for 22 years. Could see it broken today. And also, funny enough, 22, that's the number Spallina wears on his back. Once again, SU faces UNC at 2 p.m. this afternoon. And you can follow our Citrus TV reporter Drew Alba. He's down there in North Carolina on X for live updates on that game. And staying in North Carolina, but heading to Durham, third-ranked Syracuse women's lacrosse faces 18th-ranked Duke today at 4. And the Blue Devils have to be ready because the Orange have been an unstoppable force over the past month. You have to go back 43 days to February 20th. That was the last time SU lost a game. After starting the season 0-3, Syracuse has won 10 straight, half of those coming against ranked opponents. And you might think, okay, well, they're on the road. That's got to be an issue, right? Nope, because the Orange would tell you otherwise. Syracuse has won 9 straight games against Duke. 4 of the last 5 games also have won against Duke that have been played at Koshkinen Stadium in Durham. We'll find out if that streak rolls on to 11 games, the opening draw today at 4. Follow Citrus TV's Ryan Croak for live updates on the game later this afternoon. And over on the court now, we have Syracuse men's basketball news. Just after Jerry McNamara had his opening press conference as the new SU head coach earlier this week, 2 Orange players from this year's team have already entered the transfer portal. First, yesterday On3 reported that Syracuse forward Tyler Betsy entered the portal. And this morning, we have breaking news. According to Jonathan Gavani of Draft Express, Cuse guard Nathan George is also entering the portal. George played just a single season at SU after transferring from another ACC program in Georgia Tech, where he spent his freshman and sophomore seasons. This year, the Orange guard George averaged 11 points and 5 assists per game. That assist mark was top 5 in the conference. For more Syracuse men's basketball news and women's basketball news during portal season, make sure to follow at CitrusTV Sports on Instagram. And for the teams that are still left, we started with 64, and now we're down to the final 4. 3-seed Illinois faces 2-seed UConn tonight at 6. And following that one, it's a matchup of the top seeds, Michigan and Arizona. Both games are on TBS, and whoever wins plays in the national championship game on Monday night. Cora and Elizabeth, guys, I at least had Arizona winning in one of my brackets, but everything else, it's off. Everything's off right now, but how about you guys?
Well, Josh, let's just say I hope that madness in March stays in the previous month, especially with this weather.
My bracket is a mess for sure.
Stay with us to stay for your 5-day forecast.
Don't go anywhere.
And it's just been a crazy week. And guess what today marks nationally? It is National Hug a News Person Day.
Wow. Well, it's time to show appreciation for those who work hard to cover news stories around the world. And for more than 25 years, people have celebrated news people on April 4th by sharing a hug. So
exactly.
We have to get
Come on, Lizzie. I think it's just great to have a hug, but you want to know who's the best hugger? I would have to say our executive producer, Jess Nestor.
Absolutely.
She just gives the greatest hugs in the morning. It's all that you need. I think it's wonderful, and just everyone in our crew, it's a great way to show appreciation for people.
Absolutely. So hug your friends, hug your news people. Absolutely.
Exactly. Just a fun little thing. And hey, listen, It's like a little bit hard to show appreciation, but I think, again, this is a great way. We don't hug people nearly enough.
No, and it's the easiest way to show your love for people. It's a simple hug. It doesn't cost money.
Exactly. I mean, it's just great. But, you know, it's a great way to kick off the holiday season, too. Exactly. Well, unfortunately, that's all for Juice and Java this morning.
Check us out online at CitrusTV.com and follow Citrus TV on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
I'm Mayer-Costa.
And I'm Elizabeth Gottlieb. Have a great day, Syracuse.